Hello everyone, I am Dr. Tanmoychem. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry, the Mystery of Molecules. Today's topic of discussion is about renewable energy transport. And you can see India's future electricity trade with Southeast Asia to UAE. So this is a very interesting topic regarding renewable energy. But before going to details, remember one statement. This process, the Southeast Asia to UAE electricity trade, falls under the project One Sun, One World, One Grid project. That's why today's MCQ is about this project. So you have to say which year this project was started. Now 4 options are given. I request you, all of you should answer in the comment box, and don't worry, after some time we'll have the right answer. Now let's start. So you can see an article of Reuters that India aims to trade electricity with Southeast Asia. So you can see this is a Southeast Asia. Mainly we are talking about these ASEAN countries. Okay, so ASEAN countries and this Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh. This part India aims to do the electricity trade. Now the first part of this video, that engagement with the ASEAN grid. Now what is the project? So India is considering the trading of power or electricity with these Southeast Asian countries through countries like Myanmar and Thailand. By the way, Myanmar has a land border with India. Already there is a grid connectivity between Myanmar and India, but that's a very small compared to the expected grid requirement with connectivity with these ASEAN countries. So actually India looks to use its growing renewable capacity to boost regional diplomatic engagement, because India already have installed huge amount of renewable energy sources. In future it's planning to more. So these renewable energy should help India as well as neighboring countries. Not only that, their extra energy can help India also. So this is the base of this project. And why this is needed? Because our future target is to shift from dirty fossil fuel based energy source to renewable energy sources. For that purpose, we need to transport extra energy through cross-border electricity transmission grids. And here the transmission will be done by using either land-based or undersea cables. So you can understand how much ambitious project it is. And actually it is expected that it will take at least 4 years to complete. Now you may ask one question, that sir, every country can produce their electricity in their homeland and they can use. So what is the need of cooperation? I mean this grid connectivity. So why this connectivity of project is needed? So the main reason is the irregular supply of renewable energy, because everyone is planning to produce or shift from fossil fuel based source to renewable sources, but the irregular supply forces other countries to cooperate together such that the energy security could be maintained at maximum level. Now if you look at this Southeast Asia, it has a huge population and the economy are developing in nature, and in order to counter this global warming and climate change, the green energy needed. So we need to prepare green energy. Now how can we prepare? There are many sources. For example, wind energy. So we can utilize this wind electricity, but it is dependent on the weather patterns. It's not regular. If you look at solar, it is available only for 12 hours, not 24 hours. So you cannot depend on it completely. And if you look at the other one, that is hydropower, remember all countries are not equally blessed with hydropower production capacity. Not only that, if you want to make hydropower throughout the year, then you need to store the water behind big dams. So for that purpose, you need to replace huge amount of population, because as I told, this Southeast Asia huge population means population density is also high. So replacement of those people is one problem. Second thing, if you look at Nepal, Bhutan, Himalayan region of India, it has a potential, but this zone is not a stable zone. It is under seismic activity. So construction of massive dam may create negative impact on the environment, like frequent earthquakes. So individually any one of these projects cannot fulfill the demand, but if you combine all, then there is a high chance that this problem could be addressed. So that's why huge amount of landmass, I mean from this ASEAN to India, are connected through grid such that when a particular zone have more energy, that could be transported to India. So in this way, we can fulfill the energy security. Now let's go to the second part of this project, that is engagement with United Arab Emirates grid. Now here you can see this is UAE, agree, and this is India. So India initially planned to connect with East, right now with West. Now why? Because if you look at this UAE, even later on we can connect further to Saudi Arabia. Now if you look at this region is actually energy exporting region. Their economy is highly dependent on energy export, or more specifically if I say petroleum export. But petroleum is not a green fuel. It is associated with this CO2 emission, and which is responsible for global warming as well as climate change. So we cannot use it forever. Even when we shall plan to switch from fossil fuel based energy source to renewables, then what will happen to this country? What will be their economy? So they can also maintain their GDP by exporting energy too. Now if you look at this Southeast Asia, they have a huge population. Population density is also very high. But if you look at this part, population density is not at all that much higher, because this zone is actually a desert. So here there is a very high potential for solar energy. Even wind energy can also be explored. So that is the positive side. For example, here UAE can produce solar electricity, and through undersea transmission cable it can send it to India. Even when it needed in the night time, so it can take energy from India back. So both way it's beneficial for both. Now if you look at this Reuters article, India UAE close deal on renewable electricity grid link. Look at what the minister said. There is a major agreement for an interconnection between UAE and Indian electricity grid. Both countries' electricity grid are going to connect it. And here this project is under the One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative. Okay. And here look at the positive side, that both sides have agreed, and UAE is also interested to invest in the renewable energy sector of India, including solar and wind. So it will benefit both of the countries. Now what is the overall benefit? So overall benefit is actually a huge potential for solar energy all over the year. Why? Look at this map. It's a sunlight abundance map. If you look at, this is Tropic of Cancer and this is Tropic of Capricorn. So in between this zone, you can expect that throughout the year, sun gives significant amount of radiation. So you can see the radiation intensity is very high in this zone. So solar energy to electricity conversion is highly feasible and profitable here. So we are planning to do not only that, more than 300 days per year sunlight availability is there. And further, if you connect this zone, wow, that's another biggest achievement. And the effect could help to erase fossil fuel dependence by making solar power available for more hours of the day. What do I mean? See, if you look at this world time zone, this is UTC, Greenwich Mean Time. Now, if you look at this Arabian region, the Saudi Arabia, Iran, this UAE region, it's a plus 3 hours ahead of UK. If you look at India, it is plus 5 hours. So if you look at these ASEAN countries, they are 7 hours. So you can expect that, sir, in between this region, this is India. So here plus 2 hours, here minus 2 hours. What do I mean? So if you look at in the morning, if I say 6 a.m. in India, so that it is 8 a.m. in this region. So here you can expect that, sir, huge amount of sunlight is there. So you can export that sunlight from here to here. Now if you look at evening time, 6 p.m. So sun is gone here. Now if you look at here, it is also 4 p.m. means still sunlight available. So that time you can expect that 6 to 8 p.m. you can import electricity from there to your country. So this is beneficial not only for India, even this country can also have here. So suppose Bangladesh is heated by a severe cyclone. Solar energy production is not that much good. Now what can happen? This part can send its extra energy to Bangladesh. Even if you look at this western part, they can also send eastern part of India. Even this UAE part can also send its extra energy to Bangladesh. So in this way, the deficiency, electricity deficiency of Bangladesh could be counterbalanced. And counterbalanced by what? Cheap renewable energy, means cheap green energy. So that is the benefit of this project. And in future, you can see that if these two links will connected, everyone will be benefited. Not only that, India is also planning to establish a grid linkage with Sri Lanka such that both of the country could be benefited. Now, is there any pre-existing infrastructure regarding this massive plan? Yes. There are existing cross-border energy trade grid with India. It is exist. Even if you look at these ASEAN countries, maybe on bilateral level, they have an electricity transmission infrastructure, but not in a complete ASEAN zone. Now, presently, if you look at India, India imports hydroelectricity from Bhutan. Even it export electricity to Nepal, Bangladesh and Myanmar. By the way, if you look at Nepal, it has a huge potential. Why? Nepal's economy is not big. Secondly, Nepal has lots of river fed by Himalayan glaciers. Even in monsoon time, huge amount of water comes from Nepal to lower part of Nepal, Indian state like UP and Bihar, and flood-like situation creates lots of resources destroyed. Now, India and Nepal both are planning to make dam in that region such that the water flow could be restricted. Not only that, it could be utilized to prepare hydropower, and that both of the country can utilize that power and get benefited. So this is a win-win situation for both. Not only India, Nepal can send this extra electricity to Bangladesh also. Right now, Bhutan is also selling some amount of electricity to Bangladesh too. So in this way, this thing will help to cross-border energy transmission, which is helpful for both of the countries or all countries. Now, in conclusion, whatever we learned, that this cross-border energy transmission is essential before shifting from fossil fuel-based energy source to renewable energy source, because renewable energy supply is not spontaneous. Some abnormality or irregularity is there, so that thing could be handled, and in order to handle that irregularity, significant technologically enhanced grid system is essential. Then only we can ensure power supply. Okay, now this thing could be solved very well if many countries, or more specifically if I say huge landmass area, are connected through electric grid, such that a trade of electricity could provide everyone cheap green energy. And this will open up a new kind of economic cooperation among the countries. Remember, we need green energy electricity in order to stop this human-caused global warming or climate change. Because green energy can reduce the CO2 emission. So that's why it is essential. We have emitted enough CO2 in the atmosphere already. We should now think to shift from this carbon emission-based energy production system to green system where CO2 emission is minimum. Let's go back to our MCQ. So in which year this One Sun One Grid initiative was started? The answer is 2018. You can see here, this is taken by International Solar Alliance's website. So you can see here, this project was initiated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, in the first assembly of International Solar Alliances at October 2018. So remember, if possible, this year it may be important. Now, apparently it looks like ambitious, but true. But world leaders should come together such that they can achieve the target. And I have already made a dedicated lecture on this topic. I suggest you please visit this video, learn it. It's very important for global green electricity supply in a continuous manner. Because remember one thing, if you compare with respect to the planet Earth, sun never sets. Now, apparently it looks like an ambitious project, very difficult project, but remember, it always seems impossible until it is done. So let's hope for the best. So thank you for listening. See you in my next video. I want to know your opinion. Is it really helpful for the country or not? Please write your opinion in the comment box. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.